Welcome back, everybody, to the Marble Sports Network 5th Anniversary Cup 9th event. Will take us to the second half of the competition. There will be 7 events after this one, as we're now past the first half, As we take a look at the crowd, who is excited to watch this event, it seems. And now we recap from last time. As usual, the Starstruck squad won the event and have now shot up into 8th. The Sandwich squad won the silver in that event and are now tied with the Daydreamers, who are now 10 points behind the Minty Marbles, our championship leaders, who finished dead last in that event. And the Blackouts finally won their first medal of this season, which now leaves the Mega Fruit Maniacs as the only medalist team. As our 9th event will be none other than Archery. 1 marble for each team will go down at a time to shoot at 9 funnel pillars. The amount of points you get depends on the funnel pillar you just struck. So again, we'll talk more about the grid later on, as we will now go to a demonstration run featuring, as usual, the Broadcast Brigade. And they'll send Beacon in first. I believe that's a 5. Now Studio. Ooh, it's a 3. Not great. What can Signal Hill now? And I believe that was a 6, I think. Now the Captain Anchor to end off the test run, and it's also a 6. So that is the grid, as you just saw earlier. The funnel pillars are worth certain points depending on the color. So purple is worth 10, red is worth 1. As we have the run order again. This will be run in reverse championship order, just like balancing and block bumping, So the Blackouts will start us off. So the order the marbles run down is that they'll send in the 3 members first, and then the captain will run down to close the run. That was a 7, I think, from Ink. Now Grim will get a 7, I think. Yes. Now the Captain Blackened to end off the run. And that's an 8. So that's going to round up to be a 28. That is obviously going to be first place since nobody else has gone yet. So they will set the benchmark for the rest of the field to follow. Now the Deserters, with Parfait going up first, and that's a 7. Good start. The first runner of the Blackouts only struck at 6, I think, but Caramel hits at a 3 there. What can Caramel do? That's an 8, I think. What can Syrup do to round out the run? And that's a bullseye. That's our first of the day. But that 1 is really going to hurt them. That's only going to be 26. Not nearly up to X. Even with a bullseye. Really got to wonder what could they have done better. Now the Mega Fruit Maniacs. As I said earlier, the Mega Fruit Maniacs are our only medalist team in this Anniversary Cup, looking to get their first medal in these anniversary games. But they're doing pretty well. What can Mango do? That's a bullseye. Our second one. Now what can Apple do? The captain leading the team. And a 7. Not the... Oh wait, that was Mango. Now Apple will come down now. And that's a bullseye. This time. 31. That's 3 points. Better than the Blackouts. very good for a team who's completely medalist so far. Now the Wave Chasers, a team that hasn't been doing well as of late. Wavy just came down. Now what about Twister? And they're off. And another 7 there. Now Torrent. And I think that's an 8. It could have been Bullseye. I don't know. And now what about the Captain Tsunami to end off the run? And that's a Bullseye. What would the results be? Oh, and their first one was a Bullseye too, so they got 2 Bullseyes. That is impressive. 35, that is going to slot them comfortably in first place. 4 points ahead of the Mega Maniacs. The Deep Sea Doomers now. Medaled in the first event, but not much ever since. They won a silver medal. But ever since then, it has not been good for them. And I think that was Siren who just came down. I think they got a 7 or 6. Or a 7 or 5. Kraken, I believe that's a 7 there. What about their Captain Herring? And they will now come down to get an 8, I believe. Yes, both the runs were 8s, but the 3 there is going to harm them. So 25, not nearly up to the standards that we just saw set from their fellow water team, the Wave Chasers. Let's see what the Mushroom Mavericks can do. They won the obstacle course, but it was not great for them. But it was not great for them in the Team Tower Descent. Wait a minute! We have a fan! We have a fan! Apparently they wanted to try this track out for themselves. But the officials are not going to allow that, as they're going to escort them out of the stadium. I don't think they'll be allowed back at the stadium, it looks like. But now we can continue the run. And it looks like that was a 7 from Item. What about Shroomer to end off the Mushroom Mavericks? And that's a 6. So that's going to be a 30. That's going to slot them in 3rd. Not bad. We're wondering what that run was if that fan didn't invade the run in the middle of the run there. The Wolf Wisps now, and now Snarl, we got a 7, I believe, and Howl is going to get a 6. It looks like. Yes, they will get 6 if my math is correct. Now what about their captain, Hunter? And that's a 5. So that's going to be 27. Only slot them into 5th. That's going to be close to the bottom. Not what the Wolf Wisps were hoping for. Now the Purple Pearls. They won the sprint, but again, just like the Wolf Wisps, they've been fairly inconsistent. Let's see if they can do something to end that inconsistency. They got a 7 from Clam, it looks like. Muscles now. A 7 also. What about their Captain Oyster? Oh, they get and that's a 1. That's not good. They got shoved too hard, but the starting gates. And that caused them to get a 1. That's 20 points. That is obviously going to slot them in the bottom. Meanwhile, here's the results at the halfway mark. It is the Wave Chasers who still lead the way by still 4 points over the Mega Maniacs, who are hoping to win their first medal of these anniversary games. And the Mushroom Mavericks sitting in 3rd. Now we have the winners of the last event. The Starstruck Squad will send into Asteroid first. And it looks like they got an 8 there. That's pretty good. Now Quasar will get... Ooh, I think that's a 4. Now Pulsar. Let's see if they can improve. And it's an 8 again. What can the Captain What can Captain Comet do to close off the run? And that's a 5. So that's in 25. They will tie the Deep Sea Dreamers, but I think they will win because their highest run and their first run was an 8 and not a 3. So the Star Trek squad will win the tie. What about the Streakaberries? This team has 2 silver medals so far. And it's not looking great for them. They get a 3. Ooh. Now what about their Captain Compote? And that's a bullseye. That's going to salvage their run a little bit. But those early fails are going to hurt them. That's only 24. Not even that bullseye could have saved them. The Succulent Silvers are going to send in Mate, shining down the track, and they'll get a 6. Now Chrome will get a 5. Now Steel. And that's either 7. Yeah, I think that's a 7, if my eyes don't deceive me. Now we have Aloy, the captain, to end off the heat. And again, that's a 25. They will once again, I believe, but I think they'll lose it out in the tie between them, the Starstruck squad, and the Deep Sea Doomers. Now the Royalty Seekers. As we have Prince rolling down. Prince was the marble who won the first gold this season for the Royalty Seekers. Now Queen, I think at a 7. Now Captain King won them a bronze medal. Both of their medals so far have been in individual events, though the team events weren't as consistent. A 30 is going to tie them with the Mushroom Mavericks, but I think they'll win. No, they'll lose the tie, because I think the Mushroom Mavericks got their first bullseye earlier. Now the Amazon Tribe, starting off with a 3. Oof. From Borneo, the marble who was supposed to who replaced Piranha due to their poor performances. I think that's Macaw who got a 1 there. Ouch. That is not good. The Amazon Tribe, hoping that the roster change would help them recover from the disqualification, but instead it seems like it's not going well for them. 18. That's terrible. That is their first run below 20 points. So yeah, at least the Sanders squad hopefully knows what not to do, and they'll get a bullseye immediately. This is already an improvement from the Amazon Tribe. So yeah, a run below 20 is going to be your death sentence in this event, as we got another bullseye, it looks like, or was it an 8? I'm not sure. Now we have Stack, the captain, will only get a 3. That's going to be 32 points. That's good enough for second place. With only 2 runs to go, the Wave Chasers are guaranteed a medal, which is really good for them, though. And so they can finish no lower than 3rd. What about the Daydreamers? The Daydreamers, again, the Sanders squad and them are tied at 91 points and are 10 points behind the Minty Marbles, who have still yet to run. And Float will get 5 or 6, I'm not sure. Now we have their captain Luna trying to make something out of it, and they'll get a... No, that it's not a bullseye. That's only 8. 25 is only going to slot them into 12th. Not what the Daydreamers were anticipating. As we have our championship leaders, the Minty Marbles, out to close the event. Swirl will come down and... Ooh. That's a 3. The Minty Marbles, of course, finished in dead last in the Team Tower Descent, looking to improve and trying to extend their championship lead over the Tide, Daydreamers, and the Sailor Squad. They'll get a bullseye, but looks like the run wasn't too promising. What about their captain? Oh, that's going to be false start. So we'll go again. And that's a 7 to round it off. Well, the results be 28. It will not be enough. So that means the Wave Chasers will take home the gold medal. The Sanders Squad will finish in 3rd yet again for the 3rd time in a row. And the Mega Fruit Maniacs will win their first medal of the tournament. Now we'll head to the highlight reel, which is coming up shortly. So congratulations for the Wave Chasers, who will win their first gold of the season. The Sanders Squad will win yet their 3rd silver of the season, and the Mega Fruit Maniacs finally their first top 3 finish of the anniversary tournament. They've just been spending their whole tournament finishing no lower, no higher than 4th. They finally win their first bronze medal, and they will rise up to 13th. The Sanders Squad and Minty Marbles are now tied at 111 points. It's becoming a 2-horse race between the two. The Daydreamers will fall to 3rd. Thank you for watching, and see you soon for swimming on August 7th.